Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. How you doing today? I'm laughing. I shouldn't be laughing, but I am anyway. So yes, Friday, June 10th, 2022. So people, here's the story. And it's not a surprise to anybody whatsoever who follows this blog. We got this big inflation report today, and it was pretty big. Um, I'm laughing. I'm laughing again. This inflation report did come in abysmal, worse than expected, and it's rattling the markets right now. Stock futures are lower. As a matter of fact, cryptocurrencies are lower. Gold and silver is lower. 10-year yield people remain stable, 3.05. The comparative strength or relative strength of the dollar is higher right now. Crude oil is higher. Okay, commodities are going to explode higher. As a matter of fact, let me just say this real quick. A commodity ETF that I had suggested to buy a while back, ticker PDBC. This has gone crazy as of late, pretty much gone straight up since January. Very recently, I pulled half of my position here. You know, it's never wrong to pull profits, people, but I am considering buying again here. Again, I did not close my entire position. I closed half. But look, in my view, and I would believe that most of you understand what is going on here, we really haven't seen anything yet. And commodities, in my view, please, as always, do your own research on this. Commodities are going to be the spot to be in moving forward. Oil and gas producers as well. And I've suggested three for quite a while now. Ticker XOM, CVX, DVN, and again, PDBC. Go check out my website, traderschoice.net. If you scroll down just below the chat room, you're going to see my most recent stock picks there. I think we need to focus more solidly on commodities. And this sets us up again for the inevitable implosion. It's going to happen at one point in the debt market. Now, let's just go back to this inflation report real quick. It's been rattling the markets. Yesterday had a big sell-off. Today, stock futures are lower. Let's see what they do. They're going to try to spin it. But what they can't do here, this is what they can't do. We've been hearing the narrative for, I don't know, weeks, maybe longer than that, months. We're peaking. Inflation is peaking. This report from this morning is proof. 100% absolute. You can't argue that inflation is not peaking. Something that you and I have known since this fake false narrative started. Now we're going to hear later from our illustrious retard of a president here later on today, and he's going to be speaking about inflation. Look, I expect this to happen. If you were to turn on throughout the day, Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg, pick one, they're going to twist this. They're going to twist it into some other kind of, mind-bending kind of lie. Oh, yeah, it was really bad, but it could have been worse, so just don't worry about it, because inflation is peaking. You know it's peaking because we've been telling you it's been peaking for months. And, this report proves that it's not peaking, but we're going to try to convince you that it's peaking yet again. As I always say to you people, you can't possibly make any of this up. You can't do it. Nobody can. I can't, okay? But again, the more they tell you to look in one direction or they try to sell you something, the more you should be looking in the polar opposite direction, because you and I realize, and I'm telling you right here and right now, in fact, I wrote a piece for the Trends Journal on this. I sent this out in my free newsletter. Please subscribe to my free newsletter. It's literally 100% free. There is a link in the description of this video. I explained that we are going to be hit with another wave of inflation, and it's going to be pretty big. This is all of this, people. Understand what's happening. It's always the same story. They try to tell you one thing, and meanwhile the polar opposite is actually going on. And I'm telling you, for example, we heard from Janet Yellen saying, the creature, whatever she is, has yet to be defined. I have no idea. I know we've been trying to define what it is. Her thing, creature. She's explaining that inflation is not going to be a decade-long problem. I'm laughing again. In my opinion, and I am sure you would agree, that when she says that, she realizes that in fact it will be a decade-long problem. And look, you know this. The mechanism in place is to continue to inflate. Central banks' power resides in one thing: their ability to issue debt. In other words, their ability to inflate. And you're going to find another crisis, followed by another crisis, followed by another crisis to keep the mechanism going. Period. This war is going to go on and on and on and expand, and we're going to be throwing hundreds of billions and the trillions of dollars at it, along with every other disease process. Believe me, there is going to be yet another disease, maybe multiple disease processes that are going to be thrown at you, and they're going to blame it on everything else. Oh, it's climate change. Oh, we got to fund that. Oh, we got to throw more cash at this, that, other thing, this disease, monkeypox, and whatever other thing they want to do. You all know that. Anyway, let's just put this all together real quick. As expected, I covered this yesterday, and it's no surprise you knew this already before I even told you. The inflation report came in. It's abysmal. It's worse than expected. Nobody saw this coming except for every single person who follows Greg Mannarino's work. Everybody knew it here. Oh, but they're surprised. Oh my, really? It's worse? But I thought it was peaking. Weren't we being told for months that inflation is peaking and it's just going to get better? Oh, but no one's going to be held to account yet again. You know that. Okay, so that's the report. Let's see how they spin it today. With regard to this market, and I'm talking about the whole entire market. Okay, as I said, futures are lower. That's just on the day. We need exposure to commodities here. Exposure to oil and gas producers here, just like I've been explaining for a very long time. With regard to the banks, absolutely. They have underperformed. It's been a very bad call on my part, but the rest of it has been just phenomenal, honestly, and I think has way outweighed that issue. But with the banks, look, in my opinion, it's just a matter of time. So sit back, relax, collect those dividends, and that's just my take on it. All right, what else do I need to tell you this morning? I was writing down a few things here. Anyway, look, I think you understand what's happening here. You can expect energy prices to continue to balloon, and along with that, food inflation. We haven't seen anything yet, people. Look, we all shop, right? We go and we buy things, and then you get hit in the face with your grocery bill. It's pretty extreme here. And what's going on? You got people continuing to borrow and borrow more and borrow. Think of the scenario here. We have people that are getting crushed under surging inflation, which is clearly not peaking. A big, fat, ugly lie yet again. And let me ask you, is anyone going to be held to account? How about absolutely not? And we're probably going to hear from our illustrious retarded president, who's actually retarded, and I mean this here, how the Federal Reserve is doing a great job. You see, look, no world leader is going to point their finger at the root cause. It's going to be Russia. It's going to be Of course, Russia, 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 Russia. Not a single world leader is going to point their fingers at their central bank, especially this particular puppet or the last puppet or the one before that, okay? We've had a series of United States presidents who have called upon the Federal Reserve to continue to inflate and not stop. Our last president was calling for a weaker dollar and negative rates. Okay, so don't think that it's just this freak here who's responsible for inflation surging out of control. Trump just as guilty, and the last guy before him and the guy before that too. It's just a series of shit. We're swimming in oceans of shit, and it's going to get a lot worse. So just be ready for it, okay? And it doesn't matter anyway who sits behind the Resolute desk. People, wake up, okay? It could be a farm animal, and it won't make a damn difference. Anyway, look, I'm out of here. Getting angry. Let's watch what happens today. Let's see how they twist this, and I'm just going to laugh all freaking day long. All right, I'm out of here. Love you a lot. Please comment, share the video, get it out there. Let me know what you think about all this. Surprised? Shocked? Oh, no. We knew this already. I'll see you later.